So it's just connecting. All right, we're recording and we are live on Facebook. Amazing. Souls, thank you so much for joining us, incredible single mamas in this space today. Can everyone hear me okay? Am I back? Am I back?
Just froze for a moment.
Okay, all right, we should be good. I was saying, welcome, hello, beautiful single mamas. We are 4 incredible single women as well who are so excited to have you here today just to have a really honest conversation and open conversation about what it is that we do, the business that we actually align with, and yeah, like the incredible opportunity that is really available when you step into partnering with Enagic and this incredible community in the freedom era. So you are here because you are looking for something. Yeah, you're kind of ready to explore a different way of being. You're craving more, probably more time with your kids, being able to be a more present mama, just like us. And we were all in that situation too at some point. We were all just in that space of going, this can't be it. And for me personally, I'm a mama to 3 little boys and they're young, 6, 5 and 2. And I actually started my coaching business about 6 years ago. And in that, my intention was to really claim back my time and my presence with my kids. I wanted to be a really present mom, especially in those early years, right? Because they go so freaking quickly. And you don't realize how quickly they go until you're like, whoa, my kid's like 6 now. And I'm just like, when did that happen? And unfortunately, what happened with my coaching business was I actually got the opposite. It actually ended up that I was more distracted, constantly thinking about my business, constantly tired, exhausted, on my phone, responding to people and having to create products, having to launch and offer more and more opportunities. And often, you know, at nights I was on calls to people doing coaching because a lot of my clients were busy during the day, and weekends I would run retreats, which I loved. But it was also taking me away from what my actual intention was in the beginning, and that was to really be a present mama. So when this actually came back into my sphere, it's funny, I explored it at the time I chose to do my coaching business. And at the time I was like, oh, no, not for me. Didn't believe in it. Was like, I don't think this is actually a thing. Like, how can you make this much money online? Surely it's a scam. You know, someone at the top is making all the money. And I chose to say no at the time. And I also had a partner who didn't actually support me in this business either. So there was kind of a couple of things where I was like, no, and I pursued the coaching. And then 5 years later, when I kind of came out of a retreat, and I'd had an incredible retreat with these women, I'd been away from my family for about 5 days, really just wanted to go home and be present with my kids. And I checked the bank account, and even though I'd made an incredible profit on that retreat, it was all gone. It had pretty well absorbed back into the business, gone into overheads, you know, gone into the family. And I knew I had to go straight back into launching another product and creating another offer. And I was just like, I am done. I am done with it being this freaking hard. I'm done with exhaustion. I'm done with the hamster wheel, like the launch phase hamster wheel and the constant burnout fatigue that was happening. And I just said, come on, show me another way. And this is when Enagic and this opportunity came back into my life. And I was like, of course. It had literally been tapping me on the shoulder for about 5 years. And I just kept going, no, missed my opportunity, no. And then I realized, well, I've actually only missed my opportunity if I keep telling myself I've missed the opportunity. And in that moment, I jumped in. So 1st of October, I started. I had my first couple of girls join in November. Then I went through my separation in January. I didn't do a huge amount of my business in that time because I was obviously navigating some pretty big stuff in my life. I had my girls bring on a couple of people in their teams. And then from February until now, I've just been all guns blazing. I've had multiple consecutive 5-figure months. I've also had a 5-figure week, and business is just going up and up. So feeling very aligned, very excited, and really, really passionate about this business model. I firmly 100% truly believe that this is actually designed for us as single mums, because it creates, like, my return on investment and my time was immediate from what I had been doing. I'm so supported by incredible women. Like, none of us are actually financially connected. Oh, Callie and I Kelly's one of my girls underneath me. But otherwise, we just are women who really desire to support each other to thrive and support each other in business to grow. And that was really unique because after being a solopreneur for so long, it was like, oh, there's actually people that want to help me, that want to support me, that don't just want me to pay them money for a few months and then disappear on me. You know, it was like there's actually this incredible community and access to so much learning and information and training, which you'll hear about a little bit later on from one of the girls, that we have access to. So it was really a no-brainer for me. And I believe it's a no-brainer for anyone who's exploring this. And the fact that you're here is obviously activated and triggered something in you too that makes you go, oh, this looks amazing. So I essentially am going to be sharing a little bit around how we actually leverage social media to generate income in our lives now. We all have these beautiful little devices in our hands and access to the internet, which we are so blessed to live in a time where we have access to this, where we're not forced to be in the 9-to-5 rat race. Like, give me a heck yes in the comments if you're vibing that. Like, the fact that we have options and choices is just incredible compared to, you know, my mum who like worked her butt off as a pretty much solo mum, because my dad was like non-existent with presence, you know, working 3 jobs and struggling to make ends meet. She used to feed 5 of us on $120 a week. And I'm like, how the heck did you do that? Like, insane. So now we actually have the opportunity to earn an income from our smartphones, from the comfort of our home, working around our kids' schedules. And essentially what we do that is, how we do that is by building a personal brand online. So if you go and look at any of us here, you will go and see that we share our lives, we share content, we create content, we get to be in our fullest expression, we get to be in our creativity, we get to share value and inspire those around us through the way that we choose to live our lives and the way that we choose to actually do business. And I love this so much because it's really showing more and more people what is actually possible when you choose to say yes to opportunities that don't necessarily fit the mainstream way of thinking and being. And essentially, like, my day will really look like I get up, I create 3 pieces of content generally where I'm like, okay, how can I give to my audience today? How can I give value? How can I support them? How can I inspire them? Then I focus on, okay, well, how can I grow my audience today? What's going to make people laughing? How can I laugh? How can I entertain? Like, how can I really, you know, support bringing some joy and fun into their lives? And then I also create content around like encouraging people to explore this opportunity as well. So it's actually really simple compared to what I have done in the past when it comes to my previous businesses, and that it's really just marketing from a place of our hearts and speaking our truth and sharing our reasons behind why we chose to say yes to this and what's actually available, and really showing people what's possible. I think there's this, you know, my mindset is very much anything is possible, and I love that I actually get to show people in all walks of life and other single moms, you know, that you don't have to actually struggle. We don't have to be stuck in the poverty loop. We don't have to subscribe to the broke single mom narrative that so many are told we have to subscribe to. We don't have to live off government payments. We actually get to really live beautiful, vibrant, exciting, experiential lives where we're creating cool memories with our kids. And that for me is just like, it makes me emotional because I know the impact that that's going to have on my babes. So social media, I have Instagram and Facebook are generally the 2 that I focus on. And it's really just we get paid to be content creators. We get paid to share incredible content, our lives, like I said, and about this incredible business. So I am now going to pass over to the beautiful Alana. So a fellow single mama, this woman is freaking incredible. She's got a beautiful little girl. She also is very, she creates these incredible experiences called, what are they, silent discos, where you literally go and have these beautiful experiences with headphones on and you're dancing. She's just a powerhouse of a woman. I've been watching her for a while. I've known her for a while, or known her in this space for a while. And she's the kind of woman that just refuses to allow life to happen to her and just grabs the reins and goes for it. So she's going to be sharing with you now all the things Enagic, the product that we actually align with, and the high ticket, low ticket offers.
Yay. Oh my gosh, what an intro. I love that. It's so funny that you know, when you are inspiring people, because you don't realize like you showing up for you actually can go and create a ripple effect, and it does. Like, it's natural that does, and every moment that this grows and expands, and you get to reflect back and look at the lives that have been shifted and changed because of you, and it's, yeah, you get goosebumps. I got goosebumps. And I'm so proud of little old me that was, you know, I was expelled from school, so I never felt like I was like smart or anything like that. I was very one of those little rebellious kids that just didn't want to do anything that the normal people were doing. I didn't like having a job. I wanted to travel the world, and I put myself on a plane and traveled the world, went and volunteered sometimes, and sometimes I was partying and doing all sorts of crazy things. And then I fell pregnant. So I was traveling the world when I found out that I was pregnant. Before that, I was in traditional businesses. I created my own businesses because I didn't like jobs. And I was a PT in the health industry. And then I was traveling the world and I fell pregnant, and I decided, okay, well, I'm going to do this next journey, and that's motherhood. But I'm not going to go and work for a job. And I didn't really feel comfortable in like going back into PT business at that stage. So I discovered that there was a way that you can generate income online. And I started to go down that route, and I put myself in an event, in an environment where it was teaching those skill sets. I actually flew myself from Amsterdam to Australia to be at that event. I knew that if I wanted to learn a new skill set, like, I just needed to be around the people that were already doing it. And so that was, I already had that good mindset that I was able to like know that. So that, fast forward to, you know, I did 4.5 years in low ticket, and this is something that I want to talk about. Like, I did four years in low ticket, and within a month in high ticket, I was able to do my biggest month here in this space over the whole journey of those years. And the reason being is low ticket is you're still putting in the same amount of time and effort, but you're receiving a lower profit. So it's anywhere between like $10 to $100. Whereas in our space, we've created a high ticket offer. And with that high ticket offer means that we get a high profit income. So you get anywhere between $365 up to like $6,000, just depending where you're at. And so what I loved about the shift from low ticket to high ticket was like life-changing money. So when I was in low ticket, I was finding that I was hustling a lot. I was feeling overwhelmed, being a new mama. And, you know, I split up with my daughter's dad when she was 1. And it was like, I just felt like I was constantly having to work. And I was like, this is not the life that I thought I was designing, you know, with being online. I thought that I'd have more freedom. I'd be able to be more present with my daughter. And it just felt like I kept going around and around again in this sales business of low ticket, which is just constantly needing people to buy your product so that you can create a result. And so what I found when I moved to high profit is that I'm also now get to work with who I want to work with, and also just don't have to, I'm not in like this scarcity mode, hustle mode. I get to really just create the right content to bring the right audience in, and I'm not in a rush to make money because the money is more abundant. So I don't have to do as much, you know, to be able to create a big result. So that's the difference between low ticket and high ticket, and that's how it's definitely improved my life going over into high ticket. Now with the company Enagic, which is the partnership, it's quite funny because when I was a PT and I came back out, you know, I was right into my health. It was something that I really truly valued. And I think when you think about freedom and wanting freedom, a lot of people also value around the word freedom is health freedom, is you know, is making sure that, you know, we're actually able to be thriving. And so it was really natural. I actually invested in this product before I even knew that there was a business partnership that I could create, because I was passionate about my health and having in my home when my child was born an eco-friendly environment. So this ionization system actually is sustainability at the same time. So you can actually replace all these toxics chemicals in your home. And when you become a new mum, you usually are pretty aware of that stuff. You start to think about, okay, well, I don't really want my baby to have toxins coming into their mouth and things like that. So this product actually was able to replace all these toxins in my home and chemicals in my home, and I still was able to keep my house sustainable in making it clean and replacing all those items with this product, which is it's crazy, right? But it's just amazing that this product does that. And it also actually allowed my body to be nourished. It needed to be hydrated. As a mama, we want to be hydrated. That's number one. I will never ever drink any other water from this day forth, knowing the difference between dehydration and hydration. And some of the most healthy people that then start drinking this water, like even though they're super healthy vegans, find that there's this massive shift once they start drinking this water. It's because it's so hydrating. Now, the company itself has been around for 50 years, so it's super, it's scientifically backed. If you go into PubMed, it's called ERW water. You can ask any of us to get more information on that, but you can also, the company itself has this 500-year vision. Like, they're visionaries like us. So they've become, they've got their own vision, and we're just partnering with them because they're a really valued company, and they also have this high profit model. They also have a 500-year vision. They're tested and trialed. I'm just having a read of the comments, and I know that I'm now like super into this conversation. I'm like, what else am I missing? But yeah, it's just an incredible company. It pays you your worth, and it just partner with it. So how we do it is we partner with it. So we're not actually promoting the water as such. And I'm sure if you feel like you wanted to, you can, but what we're doing is we're building our personal brand and we're affiliating with it. And the difference is that you don't end up getting lost in the product being the sale, right? So not once in my actual social media journey have I actually promoted this product, because that was something different from my old when I was doing old low ticket sales. I was like, it was just like product was all over my socials, and like I lost a lot of friends from that. No one really knew who I was. No one really understood who I was as a person. So when I decided to affiliate with it, I actually had my brand as the forefront, but because the company ticked my values, I was like, in the back end, I'd be like, this is the company I've partnered with because it ticks my values. It provides freedom, it has health, it has conscious living, it has sustainability, it impacts the world. This is what I want to partner with. When you're going to partner with something, you want to make sure that it actually is something that is like integral to your values. And so it was really great that I was able to partner with that. Now, I've also created my own offers before, and just like Nikki, high ticket offers like retreats, and yet traditional business, you end up putting all your money back into that business. Whereas with this, it's a one-time investment. It's something that you have for life. You get to create from that space and always move forward in this industry, in this business. So we have a couple of ways that you can invest into this space with Enagic. Enagic actually have a couple of different offers and products. And the way that we do it with a business strategy is that we have this thing called a trifecta or quad strategy. And that's where you get 3 or 4 products. And the reason that we do this is because in this company, the way that the pay structure comes out, the way that you get a kickback from your referrals and people investing in their own self is like a level. So 1 to 2 sales actually is level 1, and then you get 2, means you get 1 times commissions. In level 2, you get 2 times commissions, and then it goes forward, and 2 times is like 4 till 10. So it's not challenging to make your return on investment here. It actually works out to 5 to 7 sales. So that's really, really crucial to know, because your return on investment can be done pretty quickly if you want to run with it, and it can also be done over a couple of months. So it doesn't really matter, but you know that once you've got that return on investment, everything is 100% profit. So for me, I came out wanting to share this straight away and transform my life instantly. And I partnered actually with a couple of mums, and we did things like this to share what we were doing, and it grew very quickly, and was able to get my return on investment straight away, and then also create a really profitable year moving forward and transform all these mamas' lives, which still mind blows me. However, we didn't have what's called the trifecta strategy back then, and what I regret is that I could have had an extra $50,000 for the year if I had known about it. So what what we do now is we invest in 3 products, so that when you're building your business and your organization, and you've got some a mama that you're inspiring, or whoever else has come into your space that wants to invest in this space, they will go into your 2 times commission. And that means for life, for quite a long time, that you generate 2 times commission off their sale, but that you also generate 2 times commission off their sales, and all the way to 8 points. So this, it's really hard to explain in this experience, but what I wanted to rest assured is that it makes it really quickly for your sales to go to 3 times and 4 times, because as you're having these packs of 3 come through, it limit. So 100 sales is like a leadership role here. You get a $4,000 bonus. Heaps of cool things happen at that level. And if you condense that by 3, it's actually only 33 sales. So this is how we work out the trifecta sale. It's easier to work. Basically a shitload of money is what Gab's saying. It's really, it's a beautiful compensation plan, and every year that I'm in this space, I'm still learning, and it's like I still mind blown. But it moves you quicker to legacy, and legacy is probably why most of us mums are going to stick this out, and why you want to know what legacy is. And legacy is this part of this compensation plan that the company have set up, because they have a 500-year plan, is that we can actually create and get to a point in our business when we've created a sustainable business that we can actually have legacy lifetime payouts, and those payouts go to us and beyond us. So when we pass away, they're willable to our children. It's actually funny that the reason I invested in this space was legacy, and then I learned about legacy. But the reason was, I was like, if I die and I go out like this is all my daughter's going to know me as. Now, if I go out and know that my daughter knows who the hell I am, and, you know, that I live on. But also what's really exciting is I'm not very far off from creating a legacy payout for her as well, which is life-changing. So that can be anywhere between $5,000 to $60,000 a month, continuously paid out to you, depending on how far you grow this. And people are doing this within our community in 5 years to 7 years. Like, how incredible is that? So it's like, okay, well, if I buckle down and I get, you know, just show up and do the do and take the steps, like in 5 to 7 years, I could totally transform all of my reality with this legacy payout. And then along the way, you're also getting these high profit payouts anyway. So you're having these incredible months that are changing your life already. All right. Did I nail that? Does anyone have any questions? Because I know that it's quite, you know, a lot there, and it's really just trusting that the person that's invited you onto this space to know that what we're speaking about, we're going to give you as much as we can in information, but it is a journey, and it's like you need to just start to go for the journey. And there's processes that we can offer, and that we'll offer about getting started, and then there's education, you know, that we partner with as well, so that you can just grow along the way. But as you're growing, you're getting paid these high profit figures. So and you're partnering with a company that's transforming like lives, like health, planet, and then people in their finances, which is amazing. So that's wealth consciousness. Do you want me to add anything, guys?
Perfect, babe. We can just hand over to Gabs now if you're ready.
Okay, so I love Gabs. I can't wait to share about Gab's story. So Gabby and I have known each other really pretty much from day dot, right? I remember having this one conversation with Gabby that I got on a call with her, and at that time you're feeling really unsupported. You felt like you're doing the journey alone. And very quickly we partnered it up, and we're not financially linked. We just decided we're going to create, you know, we both had a similar mission. We wanted to support mums. We were mums, and we just teamed our teams up together, and we just did all these cool, fun things together and created content. And I think it was like 5 months later, I saw her have like one of the biggest months ever, like celebrating her. Like, it was huge, like bigger than any month I've even done. And I'm so proud of her and watching her journey, because she's now, you know, world schooling her son, and she's very involved in giving back. She really loves to support mamas. She's got a very deep, passionate journey with going into motherhood and the hardness of that, and she's really transformed that around and really giving back in the arena of, you know, motherhood and different communities that are dedicated to supporting mothers. So you can share more about that, Gabs, but I love her and she's amazing and she's creates some beautiful content. It's been
hey,
a
thank
journey.
you. Thank you, beautiful woman. And it's so funny to reflect back only 3.5 years ago when I joined this space and watching a masterclass just like this, and I was seeing so many mothers lit up and earning multiple 5-figure months, and they were single mothers, and I was like, I don't even know what this is, but I just need that back in my life. Yeah, because 3.5 years ago, I was not in a good place. I was this newly single mom navigating the challenges of solo parenthood, and no one teaches you this in school, right? But first of all, I'm going to take it back a little bit. So first, my name is Gabby Del Pio. I'm a single mum from Margaret River in Western Australia. I'm currently in Bali. I'm world schooling my son. And, you know, this was really a part of the vision, right? This was what I wanted to be doing. And now I'm here living it. But I came from the fly in, fly out industry. So I had created a really thriving, abundant lifestyle. And then I became a mother. And I just knew deep down I didn't want to go back. I didn't want to sacrifice my time for money, and I didn't want to sacrifice my dreams and goals to be a stay-at-home mum. So after having and experiencing a traumatic birth experience, I became a doula and a birth photographer, which I loved. It lit my soul on fire. But when I became a single mum, I just didn't have that support. You know, babies don't come Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, right? It just wasn't sustainable for me long term as a solo mum. And if I wasn't working one-on-one, I wasn't getting paid. There was a lot of work behind the scenes, as a lot of entrepreneurs know, that there's sales, there's, you know, marketing, there's online presence. And I was like, I've created a job for myself and I'm not getting financially rewarded for it, even though it was my hard work and my service work. So this is where I really needed to pivot in my business. And this is where this beautiful opportunity landed in my lap. And to be fully transparent, one, I was not in a good place. Like, I was not in the headspace to be joining a business. I really had a lot of limiting beliefs around being seen online, and I just didn't want to do it. I was a red hot mess. I wanted to be this lit up mum, but I just was not in that space. But I just committed to the journey. I moved through the limiting beliefs. For the first time, I received this download of, like, fuck yes, this is your fuck yes, like, follow this. And I really had to get my own shit out of the way. So I dived in, I did a lot of inner work. I worked on my limiting beliefs, and the first 6 months, I used to just write down, like, I'm an abundant mama. This is my life. I'm living in Bali. I'm world schooling my son. And it's so funny that I'm here, you know, and sharing from this place. And then the next 6 months, I had my first 6 figures in my first 12 months of business. I had a $50,000 month in month 7 of my business. And I'm getting emotional because I was solely relying on single parent payment and child support when I started. And I had no support. So my reality was like, I'm in a really shit place. And I completely, radically transformed my life from struggling single mom to this thriving, abundant mom, single mom. And it was almost like it happened so quickly. My nervous system, like, I needed to do a lot of inner work to be able to catch up. Like, it happened in my reality, but my body hadn't caught up to what actually happened. So, you know, this is why I'm so big on breath work and doing saunas and ice baths, and self-care in motherhood is such a big part of my brand, because it's so essential for us as mothers, as single mothers in business, to be able to really nurture ourselves. So what else can I share about my story? There's so much there. It's been 3.5 years in this business, and it's been completely life-changing. And I'm so blessed and grateful. I thank the universe every single day that this came into my life, and I've been able to impact so many other mothers in this space so they can be at home and be present with their children and still be in their joy, be in their passions, and show up in their values in their life. So a big part of all of this is the Freedom Era Academy. We've just moved over to this new platform, so it is the 3.0 version. And honestly, none of this wouldn't have been possible without this really sexy, simple word, which is automation, right? So I am going to share screen, and I'm going to host disabled attendees. Are you able to allow me to share screen, Nikki? Is that possible from your end?
I've just done it then.
Okay, beautiful. Sorry, guys, give me 2 secs. Okay. Can you see that screen?
Yes.
You can see this screen. You can see the Freedom Area?
Yes, babe. Yep. Perfect.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So when you dive into the Freedom Era Academy, this is our online platform which teaches you everything that you need to know about building your business and your brand online. So a lot of what Nikki was talking about. So you don't need to know about any of this. Like, I came in so fresh, and yeah, so when you come in, you will book in your discovery call with our digital business specialist, who will take you through your journey. They'll take you through your products, and they'll do all of your paperwork for you. So it's a really simple, streamlined process. And they're here to really support you so we can stay in the forefront of our business and the forefront of our life, which is the whole purpose of this business, right? To create that time freedom and that spaciousness. So once you book in your call, you'll go through this beautiful discovery process, which is a beautiful deep dive into your vision and your mission and what it is you're wanting to create in this life. In this discovery process, they're going to dive deeper into the products, where you get to choose what feels really aligned for you, and also go deeper into the compensation plan, so you're a full bottle on how it is we're able to work towards creating that legacy income. So after your discovery process, you will come into our academy, where we have all of our incredible courses, from launching your business, embodiment, leadership. There's one of my favorites is money mastery, to really help you shift from this lack and scarcity mindset, which I was totally in when I first started, and really shift that into an abundant mindset, where we get to know and like really call in the money and the income that we get to have and receive. You know, this is such a big piece. I remember when I first started, I was writing, and it seemed so crazy. I tell this story to all of my team, that I would write, I am a 6-figure earner, I am a 6-figure mama, I am like pages of it. And guess what happened in the next 6 months? You know, exactly that happened. And I was like, wow, this money mastery mindset work really works. So they're our courses. We also have I'm going to go back down. Our new platform is amazing, and I'm still getting used to it. So we also have down here masterclasses. Every month we have international keynote speakers and healers and coaches that come on and really dive into different topics around social media, around the energetics of business, around creating success and leadership, which is so incredible. And a really big one, healing trauma, because when we're growing into our business and growing and expanding into these new ways of being, a lot of stuff comes up from our childhood and traumatic events that, you know, this is a whole different conversation again, but leads us into conditioning and programming, and we're really like shifting a lot of that so we can step into the highest vision and version of who we are. I will go into our business hub and just show you the automated processes and just show you how simple it gets to be. I'm still navigating this new platform, which is so epic. It looks amazing. So our advertising links, we're all given personalized links that are linked back to us within the platform, so we can track our leads inside the platform. But also we are given, excuse me, we're given links to masterclasses, something very similar to this, but these masterclasses will be linked into the Freedom Era and to yourself. But the links will also be on the product. We've got specific product links that will just talk about the water. We've got demographic links. So if we're sending a masterclass to mothers or men or freedom seekers or over 50s, we have a masterclass specific for your demographic, which is amazing, right? And we've got some beautiful webinars and masterclasses that are already in there. So it's literally as simple as copying the link and sending it to your people for them to watch and feel into if this is something that feels really aligned for them. So also a part of the automation piece is that you are given these landing pages, these done for you systems and landing pages, so you don't have to, right? Like, and this is the beauty. There's like I shared, when you have a traditional business or you're a solo entrepreneur, this is the work behind the scenes that you really have to put a lot of time and energy into for your business to flow. And it's a lot. It's a lot. Trust me, I've been there. So this is an example where you would come in, you'll have your own photo here, and it will share about the masterclass on monetizing your social media, partnering with a high ticket product, automation, education, exactly what we're sharing with you today. So I am going to close this one and go back. Business Hub. Okay, so all of this is available to you for your first month. Is $49 for your first month. There is a 14-day money back guarantee. Sorry guys, I'm just going to unshare the screen so I can come back on so I can see you. So all of this is available. There's a 14-day money back guarantee. And from then on, you have the option to be able to choose between a yearly membership, which is quite a bit cheaper than the monthly membership, but there is the option to be able to choose the monthly if that feels aligned for you. So I think I've nailed that. All of that has come together really beautifully. I would love to pass it on to the beautiful Kel. Now, it's amazing. Like, Kel and I have only connected recently in the online space, and I'm like, we have to meet. Like, you're such a vibe. I love this online business so much. We really honestly we get to create the most beautiful friendships. So Kel is a gorgeous solo full-time mama of 2 boys, and coming from the fitness industry, she's come into this business, and it's so amazing to see you, Soul Sister. So I'll let you share more of your journey. But yeah, thank you so much. I look forward to connecting with you soon, beautiful women.
Oh, thanks, Gabs. Hello, ladies. Hello to you watching this live, and hello to those of you catching the replay. My name is Kelly, and it is an absolute honor to be here today because I was exactly where you were just at the tail end of last year. So if you're watching this going, holy dooly, what is all of this? Girl, I felt exactly the same. And I, like Gabs was saying, I am a solo mum. I have got 2. I've actually got, my eldest has just turned 12, my firstborn. She turned 12 just yesterday, and I have got a 7-year-old son. I am a Kiwi, if you hear my accent, living in the GC here in Australia. And I'm a full-time solo mum. So I have no shared care arrangement. It is just me, all me 24/7. So me and my babes, we live here in the GC. I have lived and breathed and worked in the fitness industry my whole life, pretty much, jumping in, following my mum's steps, who was in the industry as well. So when I first came across this opportunity at the end of last year, I was teaching my classes, working with my clients, doing my thing, and it meant that I would have to give my everything to my clients and my participants in my classes, absolutely everything. living off who knows how many cups of coffee, I don't even want to admit. So I'd start my day, give everything to everybody else, and come home, get my babies, and would be absolutely drained. Like everything was done. And that was my life on repeat for the last 7 years. And to be honest, I was quite content living that. I thought that that was the absolute norm, and was just settled in to do my classes, to have my clients. And that was the wheel that I was on. Really tired, exhausted. Like I know that a lot of you will be able to relate. There's tired, like sleepy tired, and then there's exhaustion. Like there is that absolute exhaustion. So that was me. And I was in one of those scroll hole binges. If you haven't done it, you're lying. When you're just scrolling away, and I came across this opportunity online, and straight away I judged it and I called it a scam. But I kept watching, and I kept watching, and I kept judging, and then I finally decided to reach out, and I got sent a link just like this to watch a masterclass, and I didn't do it because, again, I was still in my skepticism place that this is not, it's too good to be true. This is just not, you ladies are talking about earning these like 4, 5, 6-figure incomes from their phone. My brain, I had been taught that to make money, you must give up your time to make XYZ per hour. If you want more money, you have to get a job that pays you more money, or you have to work more hours. And those two options were just not possible for me, even though that's what I wanted. So whilst watching and feeling the nudge, I still had that inner pull, that little burn, even though I was still watching and doubting from the sidelines. And my line in the sand moment was when watching these women speak and share, and everything is going up in price. Everything. The tuna that my kids love to eat. Petrol jumps up from 5 to 20 cents in a heartbeat. Everything was going up, and I was getting really nervous and scared because my daughter, she just started high school this year. So last year I was like coming up against starting high school, and both of them, as they get older, they want to do more things and try these activities and sports, and this all comes at a cost, and it's me by myself. And yeah, there's the help of child support, which is there, and then there's the, there is some support and help, but it was literally just keeping my head above water. And that was my norm. I had done that, and I honestly, looking back to that version of me, I would have kept doing it because that's all I knew. I thought that was normal. And I took the leap, even though I was like, oh my gosh, I listened to, like Gabs was saying, I watched the webinar, and then they talked about this 14-day money back, and I was like, sweet as, oh, okay, I'm keen. I want to make some money online. I've got a phone. I can do that. Sweet. Yeah, cool. And I marked on my calendar 13 days because I didn't want to get stuck and do a Kelly and forget, and day 14 comes and goes and I'm damn it. So I marked day 13 and I jumped into the platform, and it changed everything. Absolutely everything. It was like, the best way that I describe it is like I just unlocked myself. I gave myself permission to explore. I empowered myself because I judged it because I didn't know. I didn't understand it. I didn't know. So I was just guessing and filling in the blanks. So by taking that next step and jumping into the platform and actually putting myself through the process for 13 days, because I was making sure I was going to get my money back. But after day one, I needed to know more. I needed to explore and see what this was all about, because one, I was already on social media. I was already doing it. So I was like, okay, I tick that box. And yeah, I want to make more money online. Yeah, sweet. Okay. And then I was like, learning from people that had gone first, they didn't know what they were doing either. So it kind of gave me permission to feel into, okay, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never owned a business, let alone online. Sweet as. And it was the absolute best thing. And that was me just at the end of last year. And this is my plan A. I'm in it. Like once I dived in, and like the girls were touching on legacy wealth, and you empower yourself to really learn, because it's a lot in a webinar like this, it's a lot to take on, but by jumping in and taking your time to really see what this is, there is not one job out there that me as a solo full-time mum with no university degree could ever create this income for me and my children, to create the dream life. And the dream life for me isn't all the shiny things. It's that feeling of not having to look at my bank account. Can I afford that? It's that feeling of petrol jumps up and you don't drive past the servo and you're like, oh shit, I better fill up, or my kids come home and they're like, I want to do piano or footy or soccer, and it's like, okay, sweet as, let's give it a go. And knowing I can give them that experience because I don't have to dictate our whole world around what my bank account says. And that had been my norm. So by empowering myself and saying yes and taking that first step, that's been the game changer for me. So it's all success from here, regardless of the when and all of the steps. I said yes to me. I invested into myself and my children. And my life is just transformed. The key, like the experience so far for me in saying yes, it's turned on my zero fucks, firstly, my French, if that's what we want to say. It has just allowed me, my children bear witness to their mum going for it. And now they know that it's actually whatever they choose to do. My daughter's 12, she's watching me differently to my 7-year-old, and she's watching me. And if that's the gift that I can give to my children, obviously legacy wealth is going to be great as well, but to give them permission to know that they can do it because they've watched their mum who's doing something super edgy. Like it's uncomfortable. It's edgy. I'm met by my limiting beliefs every single day, but I'm growing every single day as well. And that has been the biggest take home for me, is my growth, and my friends and my family witness it. They're just like, whoa. And so it's just this, and it goes woof, woof, and I just feel like I'm attracting and calling in the life that I desire. And it's so lit. It's so amazing. And with that comes this community, lastly. So this community of sitting here listening to these empowering, like Gabs was saying, we've never actually met. And the same with Alana, like we haven't met, and hearing them speak and hear their story. And for me, in the same place, I was like, oh, I can do that. Me too. And that's what this community is. Everyone, I always describe it as this big outreach of arms, being like, we're going. If you want to come too. And it truly has been the most supportive community, whānau, family, tribe. And I've come from a heavy background of sports and being in teams. This team is unlike anything that I've ever experienced. And probably why in the beginning, when I heard them talk about community, I was like, oh yeah, I know community. I didn't know it. I didn't know community. I didn't know what was possible until I empowered myself. So if you are like I was at the end of last year, on the fence, doing this constantly, Babe, honestly, empower yourself, jump in and explore, because then at least like you've jumped in, you've done your due diligence, you've listened to the webinar, sweet. Next step, jump into the platform like Gabs was just sharing, empower yourself, really learn about it more because it's a lot. And then from there, you'll be able to take the next steps. So I'm really excited for all of you watching live and catching the replay to really allow yourself to give yourself permission to get the fuck out of your own way and just see what else is possible. So excited. So I'm going to pass you back to our girl, Lana.
Yay. Oh, so inspiring. And what I love about mums is, especially single mums, is like we are resourceful, right? We have a skill set to be resourceful. When our kid needs something, we find a way to make it happen. So how can we do that for ourselves, to find ourselves in being able to invest in ourselves? And so with the $49 offer, and then obviously investing, we spoke about investing in our partnership. Now I want to let you know that most of us were not in a place of abundance when we started, and so we all found a way in this space, and that's because we have created some really good systems in the back end that you get to just talk to with your digital business specialist, that no matter where you're at, you can actually no doubt find a way to get started in this space. We actually have a lot of support networks to help mums like us to get started. So feel comfortable to know that you will know how you can get started at the end of that process as well, like no matter where you're at right now in your life. So because we've all been there, and know that you are super resourceful, and that it's easy to find a way when you're committed to yourself. And the return on investment, like we said, it comes back pretty quickly in the space when you show up. And then from there, it's 100% profit. So you've got this as a vehicle in your life for life. It's like an ATM, a wealth consciousness ATM that you can tap into as you grow and learn and expand, and you get to reach those higher income profits. So Excellent. I'm super excited because we always love to offer something at the end to really inspire you to take action. You know, success loves speed. So we want to offer within the next 48 hours, if you do get invested in this space, you can have a one-on-one 30-minute call with me to learn how to create your launch post. So when you do launch your business, now it is in there, but it's really nice sometimes to talk to someone within the community. I'm going to offer my time, just because I love what I do, to actually support you in how to create something really simple and easy to put out, to let your audience know. And that's kind of like breaking you free from that, any of the fears that come up around stepping into your leadership, into like owning what it is that you're going to create and your vision. And then also, if you're investing in the next 48 hours into that process and you book your call, you actually will no doubt get your orders and your products and your business started before we have a price hike, which means that you will be saving over $1,000. So Enagic has not put their prices up for like 15 crazy years. So but they're doing it at the end of this month. So it's really crucial, if you really are ready to go and you want to find a way, do it now, because you'll actually also be able to save some money there too. But either way, it is an incredible business model and it's available to you when you're ready. But I really do encourage you, like, there's no real time to be ready. It's like having a kid. You just figure it out on the way. You do it and you figure it out. So if that is something that you want, please reach out to the person that invited you to this web class, who is showing you this masterclass, and they will give you the link, and it's super streamlined, super easy, and you're going to have the best time on the other end. I'm so excited for you guys to go on that journey, and hopefully we've been able to give you enough information to feel comfortable to make that decision for yourself. But we do know that if there are still questions, of course there will be, because it is very a new way to do things, a new experience, that the discovery process is for that. It's to go deeper, it's to dive deeper, it's actually to give you a lot of visual effects as well, so that you can actually see and understand it. And then you've also got that digital business specialist to really nail anything else on before you invest in yourself, invest into this space. So it's all there for you to feel supported, to know what the right decision is for you. And we are all here as a community, so reach out to each and every one of us along the journey. We'll make ourselves available to show up in however it is that we're needed to support you, to getting your message clearer, to sharing the vision, and just support it. We're all mums that come together all the time. There's a lot of mums in this space, and you'll find that we're all willing and ready to put our hand up to support you at any given time, no matter whether we're linked financially or not in this space. We're just one big family. So if anyone wants to add anything else or have any questions, please feel free to answer that now. But if you're ready to say yes, you can also put it into the comments right now and just say, yep, I'm doing this. I'm going for the journey. I'm going to give it a crack. I'm going to learn and see what's on the other side for me, and expand into that powerhouse mama that I'm designed to be, because I think mamas are just so powerful.
Yes, Melissa, amazing. Thanks, babe. I also just wanted to share that we also have a 90-day mentorship starting at the end. Is it July? Beginning of July?
Yes, my bad.
Yeah, that is actually a pretty incredible opportunity for anyone who starts in the business. It's 90 days where you're going to be supported to really grab this business by the horns and run. And you're going to have accountability. You're going to have, people showing up and doing masterclasses, teaching you how to essentially launch your business and get going. So that is actually available starting 1st of July. Yeah.
Everyone's holding hands together. They're going together. There's simple steps, simple tools, simple requests. And who likes accountability? There's a really strong level of accountability. It's like when you go to a PT, when you've got that accountability, you get the result quicker. We've got a high level of accountability in that group. So I love that, because it really allows people to really rapidly change their life. 90 days will transform where you are at when you entered that 90 days to where you're going, and to be able to have that opportunity to start now and to be able to get into that space in July is going to be so crucial for rapid growth.
Yes, amazing. All right, beautiful woman. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, really excited for you as well to really take that next step to continue your exploration and get even more curious about what is actually on offer to you, essentially, if you choose to say yes to this. So thanks so much. And we look forward to seeing you inside the Freedom Era. Bye.